What's up, guys? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Tuesday, April 30th, 2019. I'm Tim Geddes, joined by Barrett Courtney.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I need some advice from you, Tim. But you might be the wrong person to go to. So I'm going to actually ask Kevin. Kevin, I need your advice.
What's up, dude?
My toilet has been clogged for the last day.
Jesus Christ,
Oh
Barrett.
my God! Wait, at your house?
Yes, at my house. Clogged it yesterday morning, getting ready.
Sure.
Not huge business, but business being done yesterday morning. And my toilet is one of the ones that, like, if you need to wipe more than like 3 or 4 times, it's gonna get clogged.
This is not the way to start a Games Daily. I'm letting you know. People are not gonna like this, Barrett.
And so I try a little bit with the plunger. Not happening.
Like
running
Mario.
late. Go home last night.
Running late like Sonic.
Go home last night, doing this thing for like 30 minutes trying to unclog it. Nothing.
Yeah.
Tried again this morning. I see the water slowly going down by itself, but still, like, it's still in a clogged state. And so my plunger is in a point. It's one of the good ones. It's got like the little suction cuppy thing at the bottom. But what it doesn't do on its own anymore is suction itself back. So I have to like plunge and then bring it to the side of the toilet to like make it like go back to normal and then plunge.
That's not good.
So you're not getting like the normal in and out that you want from a plunger. So I'm wondering if this should be the order of operations for when I go home today. Should I try as well doing the baking soda / vinegar, let that sit for like 30 minutes and then try to plunge a little bit, see if that works.
If it wasn't clear, today's a very slow news day.
It's a very slow news day.
I think that you take the plunger.
You guys can talk about this off air.
No, hold on. I got a transition for you, Tim. So do that. If that doesn't work,
do the intro of the show first, Barrett.
We get a new plunger.
You're coming in too hot with this.
But you know what? The shit that I've had to deal with this toilet is nothing like the shit that is the Sonic movie trailer. Am I right, Tim?
You're right. We're talking about the Sonic movie trailer. You fucking idiot. You should have waited just a little bit. Let me do the intro. This is Kinda Funny Games Daily each and every day right here on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames at 10 a.m. We come to you with all the video game news that you need to know. You can get the show live on Twitch or later on YouTube or roosterteeth.com as a video. Or you can get it as a podcast. Podcast services around the globe. Just search for Kinda Funny Games Daily. If you're watching the show live, we have a very special job for you. We want you to go to kindafunny.com/you're-wrong. Let us know what we get wrong as we screw it up live during the show. Or if you want to be a part of the show, otherwise you can go to patreon.com/kindafunnygames. Support us, get the show ad-free. Whole bunch of cool stuff for you to do there. Today's stories include, like I said, very slow news day. This might be the slowest news day I have ever been a part of being on this show. Today we're talking about the Sonic movie trailer, a very, very small Metal Gear Solid tease, and we answer a question 23 years in the making. What am I talking about? You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Those are
Is
the
it
type
going to
of
be
leads,
huge? Who
the type of
knows?
leads we have today. Little housekeeping for you. Kinda Funny Gamescast is taking over the Borderlands 3 reveal, so at least there'll be some news tomorrow. Pre and post shows hosted by Fran, Andrea, and Greg. That's 9:30 tomorrow at borderlands.com.
We'll be hosting it here as well.
Yes, we'll be hosting it on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. Games Daily and KFAF will be pushed back till after that. So after the show ends, we'll come over to us, do Games Daily. It's me and Gary. Then do KFAF. That's Andy and Nick, just like you like it. The Vancouver meet and greet is this Saturday, May 4th, kindafunny.com/events. For more details on that, can't wait to see all of you guys for our 24 hours in the Great White North. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Tom Bach, Blackjack, James Davis, and Mohammed. Today, we're brought to you by Sherry's Berries and Pro Flowers, but I'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have debatably 4 news stories today.
Oh, Baker's dozen, debatably.
Oh, man. Let's just get right into it. The piece of shit that you were talking about.
God.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, the trailer.
Yes.
They called it a teaser. It's a full trailer.
It's like a 2-minute, 30-second trailer.
Do you have any takes on this?
I'm so in.
You're so in.
I'm so in. But like here, I tweeted this out where it's like, yes, this looks like trash. the movie is going to be trash, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Because of just how like fucking weird Sonic has teeth, like very
Sonic
human
always had teeth, though.
but very human
But
teeth.
they've always been
But they
human.
look fucking weird in this. Okay, Tim.
People's like getting all caught up on the teeth. I think that's weird. That's a nitpicky thing.
I love that
his arms being blue. That's weird. That's weird. When have his arms ever been blue?
I don't know.
Screen
I haven't paid
shit,
attention
guys.
because Sonic games are stupid.
Now, here's my thing. I'm with you. I'll be there day one.
Yeah.
But mainly because I have AMC Movie Pass, so it doesn't
Right.
actually cost me anything more to go see this movie.
Right.
Would I see it if I had to pay for the ticket? No, not in theaters, probably. I have been a Sonic fan for my entire life, pretty much, for like as long as I can remember, at least. Kevin's cousin had a Sega Genesis, and we didn't. So going to his house was kind of an event.
Yeah.
We were so used to the NES that seeing that thing, I didn't get a Super Nintendo until way later in my life.
Every
even
hero
though
has a Genesis.
Hey, I'm happy they did that. And
That was goofy.
Here's my thing: is being a lifelong fan of Sonic, for better and worse. And at this point, there's been more worse than better. I've stuck through, so I've gotten those little moments. But I've been a fan of Sonic, not just the game way. I've read the comics. I watched most of the TV shows they put out.
Yeah.
And those really do vary in quality. But
Was that WB Kids that was on?
Eventually, there was Sonic X that was Fox.
Right.
But it was during the WB Kids era. But I'm
Gotcha.
talking about like even back in the day. Back in the like when it was like there was 2 Sonic shows in the 90s.
Okay.
Technically 3, but there was 2 that were concurrent. One of them was the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and that was way more Looney Tunes-esque. And when I was really little, I thought it was fun. I thought it was cute. But when I got a little bit older, I realized that there was a different Sonic cartoon that was happening on Saturday mornings, which is known as Sonic Sat-Am, Saturday AM.
Gotcha.
And that is legitimately a good, cool cartoon. It's a kid's cartoon, but it's
For a kid's cartoon, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It reminds me a lot more of like of Digimon than say Pokemon. I don't know if
Gotcha.
you can tell the difference there, but in terms of the anime,
Yeah.
one's way better than the other.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that show, and I feel like they're taking hints from that show to put into this. It's also mixed with some Sonic 06 vibes, which if you haven't played Sonic 06,
Don't.
one of the worst games of all time. Very, very weird choices they made in that game, and
Gotcha.
even weirder choices for them to bring into this movie. So having said all that, I was excited to see this trailer because it sounds like it's going to be a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Everything about it. Why are we having a Sonic movie? Whatever.
We need it.
I had the question though of is it going to? We all knew it wasn't going to be a Detective Pikachu. That comes once in a lifetime.
No.
We haven't even seen it, but just from the trailers, you could tell that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity here with Detective Pikachu. With Sonic, the question for me was: is it going to be so aware of how dumb and bad it is that it's going all in, and it's going to be fun because of that? Where it's a kids movie, but also us fans are going to get it. And
Yeah.
things like saying that every hero has his Genesis, as stupid and like corny as that is,
It was
who is that
tiptoeing
talking
into
to?
the.
That's
into
not
that.
talking to the kids. They don't
Yeah.
fucking know what that means. It's talking to people like us.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, that could be cool. Or is this going to go the full Smurf, Alvin and the Chipmunks? Like, this
Let's
is
go.
just straight up a kid's movie.
Let's go.
And I think that this
It's
trailer,
a weird in between.
it's a weird in between that is more Alvin and the Chipmunks than what I was
Let's fucking
hoping
go,
for.
boys.
And to be clear, what I was hoping for was still trash. But the use of Gangsta's Paradise definitely made me happy.
Yeah?
That's the type of thing that I want.
Okay.
What I don't want is mostly other things. But again, this movie is not for me.
I
It's
love how
so clear
like
it's a kid's movie.
into the role Jim Carrey is, because Jim Carrey, a fucking pro.
Oh man,
And Jim Carrey back being weird and wacky. It's been
Oh,
way
yeah.
too long since
Yeah.
we've seen
it
this.
really hasn't. He needs to never be weird and wacky.
It
at
hasn't?
that level. Like it's too much.
I mean, I really
I
like
can't even remember the last time we saw that.
like wacky Jim Carrey, because I liked his like serious kind of path that he had for a bit. Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is like one of my favorite movies. But yeah, I love how goofy he is, and I love that, like, you know, the leaked picture yesterday of like, what the fuck is it? Why does Robotnik look like this? And at the very end of the trailer, we get like the OG look of Robotnik, and they're like where he's at gives a tease of like.
It
they're
looks like
back at,
Mushroom Hill Zone
Yeah.
from Sonic and Knuckles. And it's
Yes.
things like that. I wish there was more of, and there's not in this trailer.
Yeah.
I watched it about 3 times to try to do my Tim Geddes screen-by-screen breakdown of this, hoping that there'd be more hints at anything, really.
Gotcha.
We get the like white robots that are sent out by Robotnik at some point. Those are very reminiscent of the bad guys in Sonic 06, which again, not something to pull from. The lack of Tails is interesting. The lack of anything really that's not just Sonic.
I feel like once they go to the Mushroom Hill Zone, like I think once we go to wherever Sonic is from, that's when we might get those characters.
Here's the thing. Do you think that shot's not just the end of the movie?
It's probably the end of the movie.
You're right. You're right.
We've saw so much in this trailer that you can kind of...
Who knows?
Either way, I don't think that we're gonna get this like scene of them on Mobius, which is Sonic's planet. They reference that Sonic is not from Earth,
right?
His little meow.
And again,
Sonic
the
doesn't
fact
say or do anything that I enjoy.
The fact that they reference that he's not from Earth makes me think that like not the entire third act, but like possibly the last confrontation in the third act is back on Sonic's home planet for some reason.
I love the sound effects. They did that right.
Yeah.
The rings.
And even like the way he dropped it, like when he went to like his little cave and like when he like dropped down onto his backpack or whatever, like that felt very reminiscent to his drop down like move.
We saw the spin dash and
what's
blowing
with
up
the fuck?
tanks.
Have the coins always been able to like teleport people and shit?
So here's the thing.
Is that like a reference to something?
When you use the giant ring to teleport to like the bonus stages, but you can't just kind of like fling them around and use them as portals.
In this movie, you can. Anything's possible to him.
They're setting up whole new worlds here.
I like
everything
to think
you know.
that he's collecting rings for a long time and eventually gets enough to make this portal thing.
Well, that's what happens is when you're supersonic and then you get the 50. That's when you get to open the portal for stuff. But
I like the opening logo at the beginning. I forget Paramount is
the rings instead of the stars.
Like that, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I was not cool, but it was cute. I was into it. Again, this movie is going to be so trash, but like, again, like Alvin and the Chipmunks trash, but like, I'm so in. I'm so fucking ready.
I don't know what makes you so in.
I don't know. I don't know what it is either.
But I'm only in because, like I said, I like Sonic way too much for being a almost 30-year-old man. But maybe it's because I'm almost a 30-year-old man that I like him so much. It was just like all those fateful days where I crossed his path. And again, I stand by the Genesis games. I stand by Sonic Mania, one of my favorite games of the year.
Sonic Mania was a dope game.
It's fantastic. But yeah, I am very concerned at the lack of Sonic features in this trailer. We see a sign that says Green Hill, implying that like Green Hill is an area somewhere in San Francisco or around San Francisco, like Marin. But then we also get the hint at Mushroom Hill Zone, which is on Mobius towards the end. I like his mustache being bigger. I like him being bald. Robotnik,
that
I have
look
no
at the
problem
end.
with Robotnik.
Yeah.
Sonic constantly losing his hair.
It was weird. Dude, I hope he's balding. I hope that's like a B story, is that he's slowly balding and he's just
forhims.com/kindafunny.
Yeah, it's like Forhims is sponsoring the movie, so at the end, like he's like, you kind of see it like going back and then he like gets some Forhims pills.
I don't know, man. It's interesting, and again, Gangsta's Paradise, that can't be understated. That was a choice that they made and they committed to.
You know what?
Is my least favorite thing about the trailer, though? And this often is for movies, especially when it's movies of like childhood properties that I love being brought into the real world, whatever, Transformers comes to mind. Military stuff. Do we really need this like weird military activation in all of these movies? It just feels like lazy writing.
It is lazy writing, but someone pointed out on Twitter, like, Robotnik is working for the U.S. government. Yeah, that checks out. But you know what? Sonic would never be a fucking narc and work for a cop.
But then Sonic's not working with for him.
Well, he's working with him.
I mean, he technically does in Sonic Adventure 2. Like, there's the whole gun thing that's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Just make Sonic Adventure 2 the movie. Have Shadow. God, we're going to get a sequel, aren't we?
Dude.
I don't think we're going to get a sequel to this.
No, we need a sequel, and it needs to be about Shadow.
Yeah, oh, man. Like, I just am a little baffled at this movie coming out now.
Right. Especially alongside Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, hating aside all that, do we think this movie's going to do well? Or when does it come out? Going to do October, I think.
If it comes out in like a weird enough dry spot, and if it is October, that's kind of like at least for like a kids movie, if it's not going up against a lot of other kids
November
movies.
8th.
I think November 8th, it might be a little trickier, but
It's far enough away from Star Wars.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about like kids movies of this caliber. If this is like the only one that weekend, I think it'll.
Oh, you know what else is coming out around then? Give me 1 second.
Bring it to me, Tim. What's coming?
Frozen 2, November 22nd. So there is kind of a little lull.
there is a lull.
Sonic can own that early November.
That 2 or 3 week grace period before Frozen 2.
Yeah, I do think that Detective Pikachu is going to absolutely kill. I think that the only thing holding it back from like just demolishing is Infinity War is still going to be hot in theaters.
Oh yeah,
taking up a lot of screens. But despite that, I do think that Detective Pikachu is still going to do great. Sonic the Hedgehog, I think it will do okay.
I think it'll do okay the first weekend. It'll probably have a big drop off the second weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's going to drop fast.
Oh, the first thing he says, it's got to go fast with no context. It's fucking great.
Oh, is that right?
I think he just says like gotta go fast, and it like he's not saying it to anybody. He's just like getting ready to run.
He goes 790 miles per hour. You see that on the thing, which is referenced in the games as his top speed. And then he does Sonic Boom at one point.
Gotcha.
Which is cool.
As cool as it can be.
I'm trying to be positive here, guys. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Oh Lord. All right.
Right into Kind of Funny Games Daily for tomorrow's episode, and give us your impressions of the Sonic movie trailer.
Let's see. I'm going into You're Wrong right now to see what we already got wrong. Kebab says Sonic arms are blue in Sonic Boom because of course they are. Okay. It's a solid point. So we're now on par with undeniably the worst thing Sonic's ever put out. So good start. Nano Biologist says technically we saw wacky Jim Carrey in 2014's Dumb and Dumber 2.
That's right.
Was that 2014?
Yep.
Wow.
Was that good?
No.
I didn't see it.
No, it wasn't. It was really bad.
Man, there's a lot of people here talking.
Yep.
A lot of people with hot takes on this.
Anyone loving it?
No.
Definitely no one loving it. All right. Well, I guess we're going to move on to our second news story of the day. 17 minutes into the show. Donna Burke has a little Metal Gear Solid tease. Kev, can you pull up this tweet, please?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
So if you're unfamiliar with Donna Burke, which I imagine most people are.
Yes.
As a gut reaction, she's the one that has sang most of the vocal Metal Gear Solid songs in the last decade.
Okay.
Going back to Peace Walker, then even Metal Gear Solid 4, she had a song. Then in Metal Gear Solid 5 and Phantom Pain.
What's the one where he's climbing up the ladder? Is that her?
That is her.
Okay.
Real quick, Tim, where is the dog?
It's
I fucked up. It's the template one.
Okay, got it.
The song from the Phantom Pain trailer is the Wah, that's her.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't hit the notes. You know what I mean? But she
I thought it was perfect.
You got close.
I did get close.
Better than Andy, you know.
But anyway, so she's done all that stuff. She did Heaven's Divide in Peace Walker and whole bunch of songs, whatever. Like she is the Metal Gear Solid singer.
Okay.
Right? Can you play this real quick, Kev?
This video?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second, hold on.
Make me louder, Yusuke.
I'm turning up.
Turn me up.
No.
I'm the best bit.
No.
Turn me up.
It's gonna ruin the song.
So you can pause it now.
Louder.
As far as my ear can tell, we've never heard that song before.
Okay.
It's a new song.
Okay.
Somebody let me know when you're wrong if I'm wrong about that. But I am pretty familiar with Donna Burke's
repertoire. Yeah.
And I think it's a new song. And she tweets out, secret project hype, kept you waiting, huh? Hashtag for fans, hashtag coming soon.
Gotcha.
Now here's the thing, Barrett. This is probably nothing. This is probably absolutely nothing. Maybe it's a fan project. Maybe it's, a
collection of Metal Gear songs or something. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Desperate for Metal Gear.
Desperate for anything to talk about right now. Actually, there's a chance this could be the Metal Gear Solid 1 remake. Has Blue Point been working on that? Maybe we'll see at E3. Maybe this could be a Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection.
Gotcha.
Coming to next-gen consoles for the first time.
Maybe.
Or the Switch. Or maybe this could be Metal Gear Solid 6. That one seems a little less likely.
Yeah.
Least likely out of all those
likely.
not likely things. Let me see if anyone can correct me already. No one's saying anything about it. So
They're all cowards.
but yeah, I don't know what this means. I doubt that she would. It could go one of two ways with her tweeting this. On one hand, it's like there's no way she would leak this if it was a real big project.
Right.
On the other hand, this is the type of random little side thing that no one really has eyes on that way.
Right.
That this could completely be a legit project because, they were like, oh, it's a song, no one cares. But it's like they know that fans are going to pick up on this shit and be like, oh, what's going on?
Interesting.
Nano Biologist and You're Wrong saying, Tim, this may actually be a Metal Gear Survive 2 tease, the game of the century part 2.
Damn it.
You're right. You're right, Nano Biologist.
That would be so upsetting.
It's the only Metal Gear game I've played.
Survive?
Yeah.
You suck.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, I feel it could be a Barrett ass series, man.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I need to find a way to, because I want, if I get into this series,
You gotta do it right.
I got to do it right.
Yeah.
And I had to play a Metal Gear Survive because it came out when I was working for IGN. So it was like Destin Legary came over and he was like, hey, no one else wants to play this game. I'm making you play it for gameplay clips. And I looked at him. I was like, I hate this. He's like, too bad. So I had to play Metal Gear Survive for like a good 10 hours. And I hated it. Yeah, I hated it.
Wow.
And so, yeah, that's the only Metal Gear game I've played. But yeah, if I get into the series, I want to do it right. And I got to find like the right way, like the best ways to play the games and stuff. So
That's the problem. I feel like a lot of people argue over the best way to play one because obviously the PlayStation version is the original. But
Right.
Twin Snakes, the remake on GameCube, modernizes it a lot. And like I feel it in some ways breaks the game.
Yeah.
But the game's so quick that it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like just get through one so you understand what's going on so you can get to the other one. So I recommend Twin Snakes. I just think that's a lot harder to get your hands on a copy of a GameCube game that only released on GameCube.
And then there's the Metal Gear Solid Trilogy collection that came out on PS3 or something.
The Legacy Collection.
Legacy collection. So what does that collection consist of?
That comes with a download code for Metal Gear Solid 1 on PlayStation.
Okay.
And then the HD remakes of 2 and
2
3.
and 3. Okay.
And then it comes with 4 if you get the Legacy Collection. But
Gotcha.
it gets complicated with 4. 4's only been released on PS3
Gotcha.
at this point.
I might look into, because I am thinking about getting PS Now for a little bit, and I think I saw the Legacy collection on there. I could be wrong about that though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Next news story. Randy Pitchford wants Borderlands on Switch.
Like every developer wants all of their games on Switch.
Can you bring this up, Kev?
Yep.
Thank you. At the KMJC tweets at Randy Pitchford and says, is there any chance to see the Borderlands series on the Nintendo Switch? And Randy Pitchford says, I'd love to see that happen.
Period.
And then there's more. Someone replies to that and says, Randy, I have a team that could make that happen. Who should I email? And Randy says, you're welcome to campaign with 2K Games and Nintendo. They all know we're supportive, but have to focus our attention elsewhere. So this is definitely nothing.
Yeah.
But, it's at least it's not
Borderlands
saying
Switch?
that it's not going to happen
Yeah.
on Switch. Greg Miller campaigned hard enough to get Borderlands 2 on Vita, and it worked. And it happened. I'll never forget that. But yeah, a lot of people are joking. I saw in the thread saying like, wow, if we had to live through Borderlands 2 on Vita, we deserve this on Switch. So, because the port wasn't great. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Borderlands on Switch kind of could work really well, especially if it's just like the handsome collection or whatever, where it's like not necessarily Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
But
Just give the kids a taste, and then make them go to the PS4 and get 3 when it comes out.
Yeah, but we're running out of time here because 3's coming in September, so it's like I don't think they'd be able to
you're right.
get this out that quick. But I don't know, maybe a toned down 3 on Switch. There's options, but we'll see. Would you want Borderlands on Switch? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Next news story, final news story of the day, actually. A question 23 years in the making. At 4ZY1TWITR says, important question at Charles Martinet, who is the voice of Mario.
Yep.
Does Mario say so long Bowser or so long King Bowser in Super Mario 64 when he throws Bowser? Because for those of you that don't know, in Mario 64, there's a boss fight with Bowser.
It's the first boss fight with Bowser. Yeah.
And I mean, it's all the boss fights.
Oh, does he say it every time?
Yeah. It's like you fight him 3 times, I think. And you swing him around and then you throw him. For a long time, it sounded like he added a word in between so long and Bowser. That is
wasn't
it's
appropriate.
a slur. It's not an appropriate thing.
I always thought it was so long, lay Bowser.
Yeah.
Why would it be laid back?
I don't know.
Because
I was a fucking kid.
Really weird. I mean, it's better than what I thought it was. But Charles Martinet replies, putting it all to rest, so long, King Bowser.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he specifically added the Kinga.
Yeah.
Like, because he's Italian. So
Because
interesting.
he's Italian.
Yep.
So yeah.
There you go.
There you go. The news. You can rest tonight. I know this might have been keeping you up for a while.
For so long.
Let's see. A couple of your wrongs here. Fendi says Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection also contains Peace Walker in addition to Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cinephile Guy says Metal Gear Solid HD Collection and MGS4 are on PS Now, not MGS1.
So what is the Metal Gear Solid HD Collection?
So the HD Collection came out before the Legacy Collection, and that's just 2 and 3 remastered.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's good news that MGS4 is on PS Now.
Yeah.
That gives you a way to play it.
Because right now I'm in the middle of my Batman Arkham yearly playthrough because I always like to go through those games once a year.
All of them.
Yeah. And so now, but not always Origins because I'm always like up and down on Origins. The way they designed that open world, not great. The gameplay feels a little old after Arkham City. But the story, I would argue, is I would argue the best story out of all the Arkham games. So I'm thinking of this time around being dedicated and doing Origins as well and getting PS Now and trying that out because I haven't tried PlayStation Now since like it must have been 3 or 4 years ago, and I've heard they've made all these cool improvements on it, so I want to check it out. Get a good excuse to check it out.
They were talking yesterday, saying that PS Now is doing real well.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you beating Arkham Origins again and seems so far away. If I wanted to know what games were coming to mom and grop shops today, where would I look?
The official list of upcoming software across each and every platform, as listed by the Kind of Funny Games Daily Show hosts each and every weekday.
Out today, Fade to Silence
Tim, you gotta do the
on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age on Xbox One and Switch.
Also had to play that for IGN. Was not a fan. I'm sorry.
You're not a fan of 12?
No. Was it? Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it was like the way the combat worked in that game that I like was not expecting how that would work, and yeah, it did not grab me in the way I wanted it to.
I'm not a 12 guy either, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get why people love it so
It's
much.
like Zach Ryan's favorite game of all time.
That's crazy. I mean, I get that though. Like
Yeah.
the quality is there. It's just something from. I'm way more of a 7-10 guy.
Yeah, same.
In terms of combat. Giga Wrecker Alt on PlayStation 4. Starlink Battle for Atlas on PC. Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Tales of the Neon Sea.
Hell yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
That sounds like an
On
Andy-esque
PC.
game.
Yeah, can you pull it up, Kev? Tales of the Neon Sea.
All right, I'll look for it.
PixArk on Switch.
Okay.
Ancient Lands, The Tsar Awakening on PC.
All right.
Tales from Galaxy 34 on PC and Mac.
Do I need to play
Roll
the
34.
first 33 games to get it? All right,
let's
this
see
is
this.
Tales of the Neon Sea. No.
Oh, whoa.
Okay. I'm into this.
This looks way cooler than I expected.
Yeah.
A lot of walking though.
But there's a lot of... Oh, shit.
Walk faster.
Oh no.
dude. Run.
Oh no. I hate the editing of this trailer. Show off more gameplay. Okay. Doing some science.
I'm trying to see if there's any gameplay.
Oh no.
Oh, he jumped in the water.
Where's that
What
going
happens
to?
next? You'll have to see. Tales of the Neon Sea out today on PC.
PC. Damn it.
Paytoon's Party on PC.
I was
Viking
right, though.
Sisters.
That looks like a Andy Cortez-esque game.
Viking Sisters on PC and Mac. And Open Wheel Manager on PC. And then finally, this comes from Mike Fahey at Kotaku. There's a free update to Power Rangers Battle for the Grids. The biggest problem it had during last month's launch for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch was its laughably small roster of fighters. With more than 25 years of Power Rangers history to explore, the 3-on-3 tag team fighting game launched with only 9 fighters.
Pathetic.
That's just sad. Now it's 3 fighters less sad with the addition of Dragon Armor Trini, Udana, and the Cenozoic Blue Ranger. Then there's story mode mode, which the developers originally said would be in the game at launch, but ended up not making it, and it's here now. So that update is coming sometime today.
Want to know if the villain that Bryan Cranston once played in Power Rangers, because wasn't he also, he was in the movie, right?
Yes, he was Zordon in the movie.
But wasn't he
was just
also
a random one episode bad guy?
Yeah,
he's not in
I
this
want
game.
that character in this
He's
game.
not in this game.
And have it voiced by Bryan Cranston.
Not happening. Although the voice actors, a lot of them from Power Rangers return to do their voices for this.
That's cool.
So that's cool for the story mode. Deals of the day on Amazon. Mortal Kombat 11 is just $50. Devil May Cry 5 is $45, and Sekiro is $45. So check
All cool
that
games.
out if you want. Now it's time for reader mail. You can write into patreon.com/kindoffunnygames where you can get the show ad free. And speaking of ads, this episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily is brought to you by
How you
reader
doing?
mail time. I'm doing fantastic. Let's see, where do I want to start here
I don't know.
with this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning?
I know, it's so nice out. Let's take a nap after this.
Let's see.
Love that.
My back hurts. Let's go get massages.
Let's get massages. That sounds like a good idea.
They've got them in Stone Sound. Go to Stone Sound, get some lunch, get some midday massage. I'm down.
I see what I was doing wrong. Give me 1 sec.
Right into you're
Trying to
wrong and
find
tell Tim what he was
Nano
doing wrong.
the Biologist. Here he is, the Nano Biologist. What's up, Barrett? Have you always been an avid gamer like Tim and Greg? Has being in an office of mostly gamers spurred you to play more games that you've never really thought of playing before? We've heard you talk about games lately on KF Gamescast and KFGD, but I'm curious about the pre-KF, the BKF, like BC, but KF, get it?
Gotcha.
Years. Thanks for all your hard work. And P.S. Thank you for continuously recommending Persona 5. I finally started playing it, and I think I'm in love. I'm already past the second palace and started playing Saturday.
Wow, that's impressive. So yeah, my game history is kind of like up and down throughout the years. My aunt Janine was a huge gamer when I was very little. So she had a Super Nintendo. I was raised up on like the Mario All-Star collection and all that good stuff, and then grew up with like the PlayStation 2, so you had Tony Hawk's Underground 2, all the greats, and then it was like middle school, I started to drop off of video games. I was just playing like Rock Band every once in a while. But then it was Batman Arkham Asylum that came out, brought me back into video games, made me pay attention to like, oh, like this is how coolly like a game can be designed and stuff. And so I've been a pretty avid gamer since I think that was 2009 that game came out. So I've been paying more and more attention to that. And so working here now, I would say my gaming has gone down a significant amount just because there's a lot of work to be done here. And,
Well, and also at IGN, your job was to play games to capture them.
Yeah, so
you were one of the very few people at IGN whose job actually was to play games all day.
video games, and it was awful. I love IGN. I love the opportunity that I was given there, and I love my team, Destin. But like that job of just mindlessly playing games, most of them are games that you do not give a shit about. Like playing the first 30 minutes of Shadow of Mordor or the sequel Shadow of War or whatever. 15 times in one day, your brain starts to melt at the end of the day. And so, yeah, it's just like, because I would do like a lot of like graphics comparisons and stuff. And so the production of those types of videos, there's a lot you have to do in the gameplay side. So yeah, I was constantly playing games before Kind of Funny, and now that has gone down significantly, which I think is better for my mental state. But yeah, I still try to keep up, and right now there's not a lot of games coming out for me. Like Katana Zero came out, got super into that. MLB The Show I'm still keeping up with. But yeah, right now I'm just in the mood to like replay games that I love. So yeah, I'm on my Batman Arkham binge right now, and then probably after that I'll do some Persona 5 since we know it's never coming to Switch. And it breaks my heart.
TwoHeadedGiant writes in, Breath of the Wild secretly got better last week. What games would you subtly improve if you could? Hey guys, last week Breath of the Wild and other games like Mortal Kombat 11 and Super Mario Odyssey got updates to allow a new overclocked CPU setting that came with the newest Switch firmware update. The loading screens in Breath of the Wild are very noticeably shorter, even halved in some cases. The game doesn't run at 60 or anything, and still gets framey in places, but I think it's really neat that Nintendo can still support a game 2+ years after launch and alleviate something that was a massive pain in the past. My question is this: What quality of life issue would you change about your favorite games given the chance?
What about you? What are you thinking? What are some of your favorite games?
Definitely something with Smash. I feel like the menu layout for as improved as Ultimate is over the previous games, it's still not completely clear, and there's just too many modes.
Right.
Too many modes of no consequence, and I feel like you can, when you have your phone, right?
Yeah.
And everyone has the bullshit folder.
Yeah.
Where it's like you take all those apps that you don't
can't delete.
Well, nowadays you can delete whatever you want.
Okay.
But back in the day you couldn't. So you'd put them all in the folder and you just hide them, right? But then it got to a point where it's like now the bullshit folder is more like my Geico insurance app that I need the app every once in a while, but I'm not using it all the time.
Right.
So I'm hiding it away, right? I feel like the Smash menu system could have a like bullshit folder. They can call it something nicer. You know what I mean? They could call it just like other modes.
Yeah.
Like no one ever goes in and just call it a day.
Kind of clean up the rest of
clean up the menus because like their design is so like it seems like it was made for a kindergartner.
Yeah.
A lot of pretty colors, a lot of shapes. And I'm like, you know what? Just give me a menu.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm trying to think. Two of my favorite games are Batman Arkham City, which I'm playing right now, and Persona 5. And I'm trying to think of quality of life things to help those games. And like I'm trying to think of like weird back end stuff. I'm not trying to think like, cut down like half the Riddler fucking trophies in Arkham City. It's way too much. I can't think of anything. Maybe the load times or at least going back to Arkham City, it's a little hard. Like after Arkham Knight, where it was like no load times, you go like into buildings and you're like in there, unless you die or whatever. So it is like a little harder to go back to an older game, and it's like you go into a building that's not that big, and you have to let it load for a little bit more. And then it finally pops in, and then you're in there for like 30 seconds, do your thing, and then you leave, and then you have to load again. So like I guess like just updating things that weren't possible in the past and like just making them a little more modern to fix some of the like pacing of getting from place to place. But besides that, I can't really think of anything. I'm one of them dumb kids. I just like playing games and I don't think about stuff.
Beardus Maximus writes in and says, hello, KFGD fam. NetherRealm Studios is allegedly dropping a patch early this week for Mortal Kombat 11 to nerf the modifiers and overall difficulty in the Towers of Time mode, as well as offering a stimulus package of currency for everyone to make up for the rough start. Have you guys sampled the towers yourself? Do you feel this is a good move by NetherRealm, or any other games due for similar treatment due to difficulty spikes? Sekiro, perhaps. Thanks for being awesome and happy Monday from your friendly neighborhood beard attached to a body. This is a weird one because on one hand, I'm like, good on you, NetherRealm. There's an issue. You're solving it.
Right.
You're doing your best to like make up for the issues. Right.
The issues at launch.
The stimulus package of currency. Cool. That's great. Adjusting the difficulty, that's what patches are for. But it still does leave a bad taste in my mouth. This late in the game of microtransactions being an issue, it's 2019. So you coming out with a game that has as many flaws as it seems like this did, especially when your neighboring studios had issues with Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, or whatever. It's like there has to be some level of responsibility where what about all the people that really spent a lot of money on these things in the last week?
Yeah.
Right? Because they cared that much to get it done then. And I feel like it's predatory. Now, I always fall back to my own thing of like, make your own decisions. Don't buy things that you don't think are worth it, and know that at any moment, any digital thing can change.
But temptation.
Yeah.
It's very evil, Tim.
It is. It leads to the dark side, all that stuff. But with this, I feel like, again, NetherRealm doing the right thing. Always want to see developers like listening to feedback. However, I don't want to say this is too little too late, but I feel like in my head, there's like a strike system going on. And if this isn't the third strike, I feel like the third strike's already happened. And we're at a point where now it's just kind of like all right, I guess I'm going to pretend I didn't see that and let this one slide for a bit because it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, the microtransactions, at least from what you talked about on Gamescast, like I haven't put any time into Mortal Kombat 11, so I haven't seen, but like what you were talking about of like how things like will pop up in the tower section.
It's not so much pop up. Oh, wait. When you do the towers, there's just a lot of ridiculous modifiers that like make the game stupid hard.
Was it a different game then? Where you're
Well, I wasn't saying pop up. I'm saying that the menu. It's hard to get away from seeing all the different things. It's not popping up. It's just the menus have it all.
Gotcha.
And it's like there's a lot of modes that all kind of are incentivizing you to collect a bazillion different things.
Gotcha. I mean, like, microtransactions are a weird thing, especially, after the disaster that was Star Wars Battlefront 2 and all this stuff. After that, we thought we were going to get companies starting to ease off a little bit. And one company that I thought took an interesting route was specifically with Assassin's Creed was Ubisoft, where the microtransactions in there where you have to where you go and buy materials that will help you I forget crafting and whatnot in I think it was Origin specifically, you have to go and find that menu. The options are still there, and I think microtransactions are ways for companies to still try to profit off of games, especially single player games, when there is no when they don't have a games as a service type of formula in their game. So it's hard for them to wean off that to make money after launch. So I respect that they got to do what they got to do, but at least Ubisoft went in and try to if you need it, it's here, but it's not going to blow up on your menu screen or anything to try to get you to come and to get buy these things. So I think there's ways to handle it, and definitely the way that this game launched was not the best. So we'll see.
And it's so unfortunate because, like I was saying on Gamescast, and I've been playing a lot more of it, Mortal Kombat 11 is fantastic.
Yeah.
There's so many modes that don't require any microtransactions that are just fun and great and super balanced and, in my opinion, perfect.
And then was the thing true of you could buy a character that you only needed to play a little bit of the story to get as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm not a fan of that.
In my opinion, it's do your research before buying stuff. There are certain things that it's on the consumer at some point.
Yeah.
Because that stuff, it was advertised. It's just
true. I don't know. With that one, it's also weird. If do your research, but it's also the companies are depending for you to not do your research, which I also kind of think is a shitty thing to do.
Yep, totally.
So yeah, it's a weird one.
Alec Bobco writes in and says, not necessarily a question. I just wanted to write in about how smooth of an experience I had with GameStop.
This was actually read yesterday on yesterday's Games Daily.
Cool. Well,
I got you there.
I'm happy that you had a great experience there.
Yes.
Alex Bobco.
That was the last write-in from yesterday as well.
Wyatt says, hypothetical, if Days Gone was released as an Xbox exclusive, would the fan reaction be the same? I've seen some mention that Days Gone is a good game, but is viewed as inferior due to God of War, Last of Us, Bloodborne being so good. Do you think that would be the reaction if it was being compared to Crackdown 3 or Halo 5, or would it just be seen as Microsoft botching an exclusive title?
This is an interesting one because I haven't played Days Gone, but I've seen the reactions from people who have had to review it and people who are defending the game without playing it and all of this weird stuff. I don't think it would have been as blown up if it was an Xbox exclusive. I don't think it would have been they fucked it up. I think it would have been a Crackdown 3 situation. I think it would have been some people are yeah, this isn't great, but people who love Xbox games would have been no, this is super fun, try it out. And then the talk would have died 5 days later, much like Crackdown 3. But I think because of what Days Gone is being compared to being a PlayStation exclusive, it's being, I think, super weirdly blown up about people, reviewers being met, and then the reaction from the audience being no, fuck you, you're weirdly against this game, yada yada. So yeah. I think it absolutely would be different, but not. I don't think people would say it's better. I think it would just be some hardcore Xbox fans would be oh, it's good, and then people would stop talking about it after a couple days.
Yeah, it's definitely a fanboy wars in a way that I haven't seen in a long time when it comes to the discussion about this game.
Yeah.
At least in certain circles, obviously not everybody, but I think that the reviews would still be the same. And I feel like the way that the games are being talked about would be the same, with the exception of the one line in the review that is saying, compared to all these other games, this is not that great. I feel like the Xbox side would be the game's not that great, but compared to the rest of the first party lineup, this is the best they've had in a while. And it's just that would be the only real change.
And because of that, the fan reaction, I think, would be, or the audience reaction would be different as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would only be the main two differences there.
Tim, does that look better on the forum?
Oh yeah. Are you talking about your questions?
No. The way I wrap the text.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it does.
Great.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to squad up. Elijah Miller, his gamer tag is EVM9000. Says, hey, I'm playing Division 2, World War Z, Fortnite, Apex Legends, and the upcoming Borderlands. Anyone want to squad up with me? Hit me up. His gamer tag, EVM9000. Help out Elijah.
And this is Xbox, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Hence the gamer tag.
Yeah, it took me a second there.
And we have a bonus squad up today. A very, very, very important one. Joey Noel needs help.
Our very own.
She needs pocket camp friends, specifically people that have lychee and grape as their native fruit.
Fucking nerds. Oh, man. She's desperate to play fucking Animal Crossing.
I love it. So again, Joey Noel needs pocket camp friends, specifically people that have lychee and grape as their native fruit.
Guys, this is really, really important. I'm just banking on the fact that Pocket Camp is going to have some integration with Animal Crossing on Switch, like
Probably
they did for Pokemon Go.
Nah.
Maybe. You don't know this.
Nah.
You
You
don't
don't know this.
You don't know anything.
I don't.
Friend code. The
So this
friend
is
code
really
of Joey
important.
Noel is 374-671-28047. Again, 374-671-28047.
Guys, I never ask for anything.
I'm
just
betting-
send me your fruit.
I'm betting
me
that
the
it's
fruit.
not going to have integration, because the reason I feel like they did integration with Pokemon Go is because of how huge Pokemon Go was. Animal Crossing was huge for like a week, and then everybody was
Dude,
like, nah,
careful, Joey's
There
right
will
there.
be integration.
Isn't that what kind of how Pokemon Go too?
There will
No,
be
dude, Pokemon Go was fucking huge for like half a year, and then people dropped off, and then became huge again, and then everybody dropped off, and then Andrew Goldfarb would never shut up about it. So that's how Pokemon
Yeah,
Go
I'm
went.
just gonna be the Andrew Goldfarb of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and I think
It's very on brand.
I think it's very likely there's an integration.
Yeah.
We'll make some sort of bet on it next time.
Pizza bet.
Okay.
All right.
Now it's time for you wrong. Let's see what we got wrong
a
throughout
lot.
the show. Nano Biologist says Bryan Cranston was Twin Man / Snizzard in Mighty
Thank
Morphin
you,
Power
thank you.
Rangers.
I'm hoping for your wrong instead of people telling me how to fix my toilet.
Dude, so I didn't finish that. Go to give Tim. Are you driving? You didn't drive today.
No, I don't have a car. I never drive.
Well, you drive sometimes. Alyssa's car.
Nano
I never
Biologist
drive.
says missing some new dates. May games coming to Game Pass have been announced on the Xbox Poland Twitter account. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus on May 2nd. Wargroove May 2nd. Surviving Mars May 9th. Tacoma May 9th. Black Desert May 9th. For the King May 10th. The Surge May 16th. And Lego Batman 3 May 16th.
Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, is one of the best shooters in the last like 5 years. Play it.
Barrett, I was saying get Tim's snake and use that. I think you're at the phase where you need
We're gonna
use
need
the
a snake.
Yeah.
And
if
that's
that doesn't
it,
help.
ladies and gentlemen. An action-packed, news-packed show for your ears and eyes and everything in between.
No, it wasn't. Don't lie to the people.
My eyes.
Barrett, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on this very eventful day.
Yes, tomorrow it's going to be me and Gary Whitta after all of the Borderlands stuff. So stay tuned for all of that. Watch Greg and Andrea and Fran, Borderlands.com or twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. Until then, it's been our pleasure to serve you.